seconds. If I can get you, young man, to sit right there, let's make sure that everybody can see you. Good looking guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can I get somebody else to stand next to?
You're fine.
So Ryan,
Yes.
first of all, let's start with, how old are you?
22 years old.
22.
Yes.
And where are you from?
Haiti, Port-au-Prince, the capital.
When did you move to the United States?
July 3rd, the day before Independence Day, so we could see it.
What year was that?
2015.
2015,
Yes.
7 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah,
Almost 7 years ago.
almost 7 years ago.
Yes. A
Yeah.
couple of months.
Yeah. Speaking English when you moved here?
No,
Not a word.
not a word. Well, I knew good morning.
You knew good morning.
Yes. Good morning. How are you? And the basic of the basic. But that's it.
So what happened next?
Well, I went to school because if you go to a country where you don't speak the language, I think the first step is learning the language and understanding the culture, which is what I did.
Where'd you go to school?
Core Glades, Go Jags.
Go Jags.
There you go. There you go. You in school now?
Yes, I am.
Where do you attend?
Florida Atlantic University.
Florida Atlantic University.
Yes.
And if I'm right, double major, right?
Correct.
What are you studying?
I'm double majoring in architecture and I'm part of the Honors College for Urban Design.
Wow.
It's a 5 years degree. I've just completed my 4 year now. I have one more year left and I should have both degrees
Why do you work so hard?
because I have no choice.
Tell us what that means.
Well, I do have a choice.
Hmm.
Let's put it that way. I can decide to not do what I'm doing and flunk my life and have a terrible future, or I can decide to work and get the life that I deserve and help my parents because they've worked so hard for my sister and I to be where we are. We had to give up so many things to be where we are right now that I feel like I have no choice but to succeed, to help them and to help my future.
That's not normal.
No.
Not very many people think that way.
But it should be.
Hmm.
Why would you want to have a terrible future? That's the question when you wake up every single day, that sometimes it's not about being motivated, it's about the discipline. You don't just wake up and say, I'm going to call 20 people and get an appointment. It's not motivation. After 2 weeks of getting no's, you have to keep calling and you're not going to be motivated. Trust me, you won't. You have to be disciplined and say, I don't want to do it, but I have no other choice, because if you don't, that's what gets you to where you have to be.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, you
Yeah.
cannot blame anyone else. You cannot blame society. You cannot blame what's happening around you, because the world does not revolve around you.
No?
No, it doesn't.
Awesome perspective, young man. You know, we were talking last couple of weeks ago, and I was asking you, how do you study what you're studying? Not easy degrees, and a double major at that, and at the same time build a successful real estate business. I mean, you're not an average realtor. You're selling lots of houses. And I asked you, how do you do that? And why do you do that? And I think maybe why do you do that is a better question. And I want you to share with all of us the answer that you shared to me. Who pays for school?
I do.
So student loans, government assistance.
Nope.
I mean, you live in the United States, dude.
Yes.
You're paying taxes, right?
Yes.
And you qualify for student loans and all that other kind of stuff, right?
I should, but I don't.
Tell me about that.
Well, I'm here on an asylum and the document is still in process. So meanwhile, I'm legally able to stay here and work here and pay taxes and fill up the pockets. But me, if I have to go to school, I had to pay out of pocket, even though my parents do not have the means to pay it. So I had to go to school to help my future. I had to go to work to pay for school, and I cannot do one thing without the other. So I have no other choice but to do both and to be disciplined enough where I'm doing it at a level where I'm comfortable, where I have to do everything without worrying about everything.
How do you do that? I mean, what's an average day look like for you?
Well, I wake up at 6, go to the gym because I think there's 3 pillars in life in order to accomplish the fourth one: health, wealth, and love equals happiness. So I wake up, I read the Bible, I work out, because even though that my day is very busy, I still take the time to do it because I feel like if I don't do it, I'm off balance. So it's not about work, because you can work 100 hours a week and not amount to anything. But you can cut it in half and divide, let's say 33% in health, 33% in love, and 32% in wealth. And you, even though it's less hours for each, but because you are able to have kind of a balanced life, you're able to be happier and succeed at what you want to do. So I wake up, I go to the gym. Sometimes I have class, I go to class. Between classes, I make my phone calls. I always make sure that I have at least one contract out every single week. I make my phone calls. I keep in touch. I always talk about how it's all about providing value in real estate. For health, I try to get as much sleep as possible, even though that I'm okay with 3 hours. I go to the gym, that's health. I talk to my parents, I talk to my sister, that's love. And because all of those stuff are in place, I feel like I'm happy and I can move forward, because if I'm happy, what's stopping me? I'm just moving forward, even though it's a 24/7 week, but I keep moving forward.
Well, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I told you that before.
Yes, you have.
And I think one of the things that I said to you when I first met you, because I was looking at you being the same age as my children, and I know how proud I am of Colin and Lacey. And I know I said, geez, Ryan, your parents must be awfully proud of you. What was your response?
I don't know. Maybe.
I kind of get the impression that this is just expected of you.
Yes. I mean, my parents don't want me to fail, but they also expect me to do what I need to do to succeed.
Yeah.
So if I do it, it's not, in their eyes, it's not that I'm doing something extra. It's just what I'm supposed to do.
It's just what you're supposed to do.
Yes. What you're supposed to do. Don't. Like, first, that's why when I talk to some people, they say, oh, you are doing so much, like you are doing great. I'm like, am I? Because if I don't do it, I may become homeless. So I don't think my parents, of course, they don't want me to be homeless. And in order for me to do what I need to do, I go to school, or there's other ways. You don't always have to go to school. You can go into real estate, but they do expect me to do a certain amount of stuff to get where I have to be, and that's just normal.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on today and talking with us. I know that everyone who's a part of our Survive to Thrive call, everyone that is in the room, and we've got 30 on Zoom this morning, everyone here is proud of you.
Thank you.
And we all appreciate you sharing a little bit of your story with us today. And now when we see you come in the office and with that big Ryan smile and drop off another contract and then back out the door again, it is, we can all look at you and just realize the amazing things you're doing, not calling any attention to yourself, saying, hey, everybody, look at me. This is just what you do.
Yes.
Okay, well, guys, I would love for you to share some gratitude with this young man, please. Ryan, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to give everybody to raise their hand opportunity to talk about you. So then you can sit down and we're going to talk about you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I would love to talk about Ryan.
Talk to me.
Wow, Aaron.
First of all, when you said that big Ryan smile, I was like the little smirk with that, just extends his cheeks. It's about as much as you get. The little, you don't really see much teeth. But no, Ryan, I've honestly seen you from when you first came in. I definitely noticed your presence because before you came in, I think I was the youngest one in the office. Might have been like 22, and then like a couple months later, I see this kid. He has the FAU background, and he comes in and he's just on all the trainings. Doesn't really say much. If he has a question, he'll ask, and he sits there and he soaks in everything. And then just out of nowhere, he just disappears. But then slowly you start to see him pop up on the leaderboards. You start to see that he starts closing stuff. And I feel like that takes into account as in one of those people that might have to learn a little bit, but then once he knows enough, he knows enough. And he's just out there doing it. And Ryan, I've seen you come in and I've seen you kill it, and I'm super proud of you, man.
Nice job, Aaron. Very well done. Yeah. Who's next? Michael Topo.
So I had an opportunity, I don't know, 6 months ago or 8 months ago to do an open house. And Ryan, a year and a half ago. No, that's not true. It wasn't a year and a half ago. It was, I just remember, actually, it was just over a year ago because those clients are 1 year anniversary in their new house. So, all right, so he's beating us up here. Anyways, I do an open house with Brian, and he's all in, right? I pick him up, and then at some point we're here in the office, and he's like, "You want to see my latest project that I'm working on?" And it's this incredible 3D architectural kind of genius. And he had been working till like, I don't know, 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was there to pick him up at like, I don't know, 8 in the morning for our open house. And he's just on go. So if anything, man, like, just want to steal some of that energy that you have, right? So,
Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
yeah.
Like you and Catherine, before I even had any idea on how to do anything, like you both always give me the chance to help you with your clients.
Sure.
And you and Catherine, like I always be grateful because you're gonna help me with the process.
Absolutely. It's not a hand down, it's a hand up.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Diane.
I've been blown away by you since I first met you on Zoom during COVID. Because having children your age and knowing a lot of kids your age, you really set a great example for your peers. And I hope that you tell your story more and more to your peers because they really need to hear it and know that they don't have it so bad. And that's, to me, I didn't even know that full story from you. We just exchanged, just minor exchanges, but I'm really proud of you and your parents are super proud of you.
Thank you.
For sure.
I agree. And thank you, Shirley. I appreciate that.